role. And that has affected a lot of African countries because you end up having people in the sport who are not genuinely passionate or care about the sport.
Exactly. It's we need to look. Africans need to look at sport athletics as an investment. In sport is you invest on it. You invest on it on the years. If you sit down across if I want to be able, if I sit across the table now with let's say the official, the technical official of Nigerian team or Botswana team, I sit across with him and ask him, how many medals are you targeting in Tokyo? He says 5, and say who are these 5 athletes targeting this medal from? He tells me, what are you doing for them now to make sure that in that position to deliver that medal? Then he answered me, I want to be able, those kind of people get in that position, they should be able to know that they'll be able to answer and fulfill those questions in a point to say, this is what it takes to get to the podium. And are you really doing what it takes for the kids to get to the podium? Because now if you sit across the table and ask, if I sit across the table with most of the technicals across Africa now and ask them, what's the medal target in the Olympic? They'll tell you 3. And then you ask them who from this, who? They didn't have an answer. What are you doing for them? They didn't have an answer. It's something that we should be looking to these places and take it off before we could even look into say we would get those medals.
And the problem is, after the competition, if the athletes don't perform or have problems, then they just throw the blame on the athletes. And, I spoke to one of the Nigerian athletes a couple of weeks ago, and he's been trying to get in touch with the sport minister because he felt this is the time to, now that the Olympics is postponed, is the time to actually put in a word to say this and this and this are what we need if we must get to the podium in Tokyo.
Yeah.
I felt really sorry for him because he shouldn't be in that position when he's the one trying to make that connection. It should be the other way around. The administrator should be the one reaching out to the athletes now, especially with the pandemic and all that, to say, what are you guys doing? How do you want to support you and your program towards the Olympics, and things like that. You personally, how much has the pandemic affected your program?
It definitely did affect my program deeper. I gain my income from races. We gain our income from races, we contract from races. No races, no income. So definitely half of the year went on without income. And all of those, which means now I'm digging up to whatever I had last year to pay to be able to keep my training going and keep my races going. Because let's just say we don't get enough support we will need from federations for us to be able to achieve our Olympic dream. One means I'm investing in my Olympic dream as individual on the journey. So without this season racing and all, it definitely have left that tear inside there.
Yeah. Well, it's been a great time with you. And just to end this, what's your last word? What will you say to Africa? What are the things that you think we're not doing well? I mean, I know we've spoken about what the Federation and the administrator can do better. But in terms of the continent, what can we do better to reposition athletics as a major sport on the continent? Because right now in Africa, it's football, rugby, and maybe cricket before they even consider athletics, which means money does not even come to the sport.
I think money doesn't come to the sport of athletics because we haven't set ourselves properly and said this is us, Athletics Africa, and I said, we don't have our own meets, we don't have anything. Africa Athletics it's where kind of like athletes are being signed to go to certain meets from Africa. We need to have our own meets in Africa, our own structure in Africa before we say we have Athletics Africa. If investors' money have to come in the sport, where does that money come in the sports in Africa? If there's a meet in Nigeria, there's a meet in Kenya, there's a meet in South Africa, I believe we could do that. We could run fast times. I think we need to have something that is our own before we could say we have our own Athletics Africa structure. We need that structure. Yeah.
Well, on that note, I say thank you so much.